So, sir, you say that your voice is your signature. So, when it comes to public speaking in particular, do you think the voice alone can put out the impression of confidence, empathy, or authority? And if that's the case, how does it, how we can vary it in that setting?
Think about olden days where we have heard the voice of Gandhi, or heard the voice of Vivekananda, or heard the voice of Sardar Patel, or Nehru, or Winston Churchill. Their authority, their emotions, their feelings was well conveyed through radio. Now, which actually means that your voice can carry all these emotions because we have adored those leaders for their voice. So, the way you speak and the way you emote, the way you put the pauses, or the style with which you speak, maybe your accent, everything affects. So, your voice, even if you're not seen, still it works. So that is why I say that your voice is your signature, where along with your signature, the content can be added.
Yes.
So even if you're dressed, say, funnily, if you're talking serious, then people actually think about how serious you're talking once they start listening to it. So the impact your voice leaves, nothing else can.
Okay.
Maybe a very well-dressed man, maybe in a three-piece tux, or maybe in the best of the best Armani suit, he actually comes forward and talks crass or crap. Now, what happens? You lose respect for that person. Why? Because his words carried something which was not befitting him.
Yeah.
So your voice should carry what is right for you. It should carry the right amount of emotions, and it can be powerful once you know how to use your voice. So great leaders, we hear them, and that voice has that impact, which actually means that yes, you can also make your voice impactful, and once the content is also good, then things are much better.
Yeah. So you are acquainted with a lot of languages, and I believe that languages open to cultures. So when we look at the public speaking perspective, how do voice or the way we use our voice influence different audiences, and how are we able to adapt to different audiences through our voices?
Right. So I treat it as two questions. One is regarding the language, the second one regarding public speaking and the use of the voice in that. Now, I am reminded of my very dear professor in my law college. He was teaching he still teaches in law academy. So this person, he's called by the name Kachani. That's a small village in Trivandrum. He's known by that name. And he comes and the way he takes class, the way he presents his subject is law. What is law? Very relaxed and careless way. But the way he brings about change is that he adds storytelling to it. Every case, he takes it as a story and he explains how that really works. And I've never forgotten it. And I'm sure that all my, say, those who were studying with me, my classmates, would be ready to agree with this. Now, after 1 year, his class was over that particular time. So I went and asked him, "Sir, everybody calls you Kachani, sir. What is your name?" So he gave his hand and said, "I'm Advocate Dr. Ravi Kumar." He has two LLMs to his credit and a doctorate in law. So the way you portray it, the way you tell a story, will leave an everlasting impact. Maybe I won't remember the other people who taught me, or I do remember. I'm saying I might forget a few, but a person whose way of speaking, his style of speaking, will leave an everlasting impact. So you have to make sure that the way you deliver has everything in it. Now, coming to the language part of it, whenever you learn a new language, you learn that culture, you learn that style. Now, if you're going to, say, Japan, if you start your speech, konnichiwa, and then you go on to say, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm from India," and all that stuff, it's fine. You go to Philippines and you say, "Magandang umaga po," right? You say good morning in their language. Or you go to Sri Lanka and say, "Aibowan." So there, what happens is that ice breaking happens on the first word.
We make that
After
connection.
that, whatever you speak, they are ready to listen to it. So that ice breaking is very close to your heart. That's your language. Imagine a person speaking your mother tongue,
Yeah.
who is from some other place. Even if he speaks in a very bad way, we accept it.
Accept it.
We feel that ice is being broken. So when you actually start off in Tamil, Yenniya Tamil Makkale Vanakkam, or in Malayalam, say Sughano, that one word can really change the way you look at it. So as a part of your style, or say if you go to Mexico and you say hola, amigo, right? So Spanish or maybe any language, it will always help you to start a conversation if you know a language. And that becomes the use of your, say, ability to learn a few words, not everything. I'm saying don't need to learn everything. At least learn a few words in a language where you're actually going. If you go to Germany, then probably you start by learning that Guten Morgen, Guten Nacht, right?
Yes.
So at least learn that much.
Yeah.
If you go to Russia, then you say Здравствуйте. So you start off with that. Or maybe you're going to Turkey. So there, Nasıl gidiyor? So these basic words will give you an opening into the heart of a person there. The rest, your voice will do it. So it is your style with which you sign your signature. So
Yeah.
your voice and the language.
So, in your perspective, how would a well-trained voice influence in professional and personal settings?
Personal settings, I'm not talking about wife.
No, I mean, because non-professional aspects.
Yeah, non-professional aspects, yes. At least where you have a story to tell, there will be people to listen to. And you will be having more clarity. Even to your wife, you will have a better clarity in the way you speak. Probably you make your point correctly or rightly conveyed. On a professional setting, yeah, you get that importance that you are a very good articulator, a person who articulates in a particular fashion. Maybe your voice is like to the point and makes it very, very interesting by adding pauses, modulation. So a trained voice is always better than an untrained voice. Now, on a personal setting, imagine you will not make a mistake of putting the wrong stress on a wrong word and have a problem at home.
Yeah.
So even in a personal setting, the voice training really helps, other than the professional setting. What I would really look at is that it is not professional or say personal, it is life as a whole, where this is a skill which is developed to make your life easier, whether it is personal or professional.
Thank you so much. It was very insightful.
Thank you.